Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of a Thought, number 1915. I am here to inspire you to have a great day. So I aspire to come here in the mornings at this time, about 5:10. I'm a little late today. I have a horrible cold. Um, so I'll read you a little bit today. My goal is that when we do the right things, we are creating virtue. And if you know the right things to do, then you will be able to do them and create virtue. So I'm going to read something very short today. And then you can, if you're a man, just sit on the side and listen. If you're a woman, pay attention if you're dating. And uh, if you're not dating, you're either married or something's wrong. So I don't know. Rule number 8 in Not Your Mother's Rules says don't answer texts or anything else after midnight. Part of following the rules is about silently teaching guys to respect you. And that means setting boundaries, especially when it comes to being reachable. You should not answer calls or messages after midnight because you are busy or need your beauty sleep, or quite frankly, it's none of his business why. If a guy wants to know what you are doing, he needs to date you. We have found that clients who respond to anything after midnight are asking for trouble. Guys inevitably call at all hours, even 1 or 2 a.m., sometimes drunk. But you're a rules girl. You have a life and are not available 24/7. Look, we don't live under a rock. We know that guys, especially in college and in their early 20s, like to burn the midnight oil, and that late night calls and texts are the rule, not the exception. But you must put your foot down and ignore him after midnight, or you may get caught up in a bad chat fest. The truth is that nothing good ever happens after midnight. Guys are just looking to set up a hookup, much like they do in person. In our first book, we said that when you go to a bar, club, or party that starts at 9 p.m., you should arrive at 10 p.m. and leave around midnight. Women who hang out until 2 or 4 a.m. or close the place down usually meet drunks, stragglers, and guys looking for one-night stands. Ditto for texts, calls, instant messages, and emails after midnight. We know this rule is not easy to follow because thanks to smartphones, dating is more casual these days, but if a guy is calling you after midnight, it's not a date, it's a booty call. He's probably already texted all the other girls he really likes in his contact list, and you're his backup choice. He may have sent the exact same text to 10 other girls that hour. If that's the case, you're not interested. A rules girl likes herself too much to be a booty call or a guy's last resort. We know you are always on your phone, online, or otherwise available, but you don't want to let a guy who texts you after midnight know that you're available, so just don't answer. If you write back once, he will think he can always message you at crazy hours. If you continue to write back, he might think that you're bored or boring. He might think you're nothing special instead of someone whose nights are filled with fun and friends and maybe even other lucky guys. If you pick up or answer his texts, you might end up in a chat fest and he might convince you to meet up with him at a party or hook up. You don't want to do that. So don't even let yourself be tempted. If you don't answer it, the worst thing he can think is that you fell asleep. Now, the rule's daughters, each of the authors has a daughter, and the rule's daughters have something to say. They say, when the clock strikes 12, sure, we're up late, but we're up because we're out having fun, hanging on the couch with our girlfriends, or finishing essays for our English class. One of our guy friends confessed that he and his friends made a game of texting 5 different girls at once after midnight just to see who got a response fastest. And then they challenged each other to see who could sleep with someone first. But they literally report to each other afterward, and the winner gets a 6-pack from each of the other 2 losers. Ew, we were appalled. So after midnight, ignore. Even if he is your crush and you're totally willing to settle for a late night text, remember, we warned you. Besides, if he's the kind of creeper who would do this type of thing, you definitely don't want to be with him anyway. Last paragraph. Even if you read the text on BlackBerry Messenger or iMessage and he knows that, so what? You don't have to answer every message, especially if it's a late night one. You might be studying for a test or preparing for a big work meeting. Don't answer your phone. And just know that a guy would have no problem not answering a late night message or any message for that matter. Being a rules girl is sort of like being Cinderella. So the next time you are tempted to respond after midnight, think about your gown turning into rags and your golden carriage turning into a pumpkin. That is your relationship going nowhere. Okay, so keep in mind that if you want a real relationship, you should never answer calls after midnight. I mean, all he has to know is that you were asleep. I mean, goodness gracious. Like you were asleep, your phone made a noise, you pressed something, and you fell asleep while the message was coming on screen. So you still haven't really read it. So that's what you want him to think after midnight. God damn. Excuse me. Um, I'm looking for solids. Oh God, solids. I don't have any solids. I need solids, and I need to take care of my hair better. Oh my God. And I need to take care of my health better. I have a horrible cold. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Old Kinderhook.